The Go Circular pitch competition is part of the Go Circular Week. For some of you who have been in the industry of the circular economy, because I can see from your applications, some of you have been working in this sector, right?
My role here, like Mr. Mashiri has introduced me earlier, is to give you some confidence, some ideas, how you can be able to do a perfect job.
But I will talk to you on two things. One, importance of pitching, and then the other one is types of pitching.
My job here today is to take us through circular economy, to kind of give you guys a background of what this competition is all about.
Sponsors, participants to the Go Circular Pitch Competition. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards sustainability. We are glad to have you all here for this inspiring event. As we gather under the theme, Transforming Ideas into Action, Alternatives to Single-Use Plastics, we recognize the urgent need to address environmental challenges, particularly in the tourism sector. This competition tonight embodies the spirit of innovation and collaboration, bringing together the brightest minds of Sierra Leone to pioneer the solutions that will shape a more sustainable future. Let us celebrate the creativity of our participants and ignite discussions that will inspire action and propel us towards a circular economy. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and let the journey begin towards a plastic-free future. Thank you.
Reducing single-use plastic and fostering a circular economy. That's why we're gathered here tonight. Okay, a very warm welcome to our partners, the World Bank, SLEDUP, ProBlue, and DSTI. We also want to extend our welcome to our guests and industry partners who have contributed so much to this with their support, and we're really grateful to have you guys here tonight. We're going to have remarks by our partners. We're going to have a remark from ProBlue and SLEDUP, each bringing their unique perspectives and ensuring that we know why we're gathered here tonight. Okay, so we're going to have ProBlue and then a remark from SLEDUP after.
Go. Thank you. This is a message I've been hearing all week. This, to me, is one of the most exciting events of our Go Circular Week because it's a forward-looking, innovative opportunity for young people to show us what you've got. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that our generation, my generation, has left you this mess. And I'm so happy that you're here thinking about how to solve it. We need all the minds in this country and in this world on solving this crisis. It's terrible to me that we've heard about more plastic than fish in the sea this week. I actually even had a nightmare about that last night. I'm a swimmer. And if you really start to visualize more plastic than fish in the sea, it's a really scary idea, especially for those of you and the communities here that depend on fish for their nutrition. On behalf of the World Bank ProBlue Trust Fund, We are very, very grateful to Limcott Wing, to DSTI, to SLEDEP, and all the students here tonight who've taken an interest in this project, for hosting this event, for competing.
The reason why we're here today is to bring the message down to you young people, you the innovative minds, on this issue of plastics, single-use plastics, and the issue of circularity. We all know plastic is an issue. We all know that it's affecting our environment, it's affecting our way of lives. What we're here for primarily is to see how you can use your young, bright minds to come up with innovative solutions. I have been in this very room a couple of times, and I've been impressed by the ideas that have been generated. And I'm sure that this evening would also have similar experience. It is such innovative ideas about the transformation of plastics that we want to showcase and push during this Go Circular Week. I have no doubt that we're in for an exciting evening, and we also have commitment from the hospitality sector in events that was held for the first volunteers for the early adopters program. And we also had a plastic leadership platform, which is a high-level forum, a dialogue forum of policymakers, the private sector, and also the financial institutions to discuss the issues around plastics management and green financing. You would, this evening, use your great minds to help us find a solution to this menace that we face here in Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. From Problo. Who is from Problo? You are. Nice to meet you. Could you please introduce yourself? Give us a brief introduction.
Yes, pleasure. Okay, my name is Gerd Meyer. I'm one of the international consultants being involved in the Problo initiative, and over the last 3 years, we supported different businesses to benefit from circular plastic economy. We also were behind the scene when it comes to the PLP platform. So we contributed to a certain extent to also to this Go Circular Week.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to meet you. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. Could you please give us a brief introduction as well?
Thank you very much. I am Bashir Kuruma. I am the Planning and Product Development Officer for National Tourist Board.
Okay.
I'm here on behalf of the Director of Tourism.
Okay, thank you very much.
I am good evening. I'm Edwin Bimba. I'm the Director I'm Director of Environmental Quality Control and Management in the Ministry of the Environment and Climate Change. I'm a focal person for the development of a national plastics and plastic waste management policy for Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi. Nice
Hello. Same here. I'm sorry for the late appearance. My name is Abdul Malik Tijansi, and I'm the Director for the Directorate of Science, Technology, and Innovation.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I guess one of the biggest success is the Go Circular Week. So, for example, and what we were able to mobilize over the last days was really impressive, exactly what Luis has said. What is also impressive that we all succeeded to set up a certification scheme which labels hotels to use less plastic than before. I guess it's a big achievement. It was also very impressive is these PLPs, this plastic leadership workshop, because it's not normal that policy is engaged with private sector over several years. And we have plenty of new businesses coming up who really benefit from the idea of reuse, recycling, and these 3R approaches, so that we are not only cleaning the beaches, we are also able to create jobs.
I think with DSTI being an office seats under the president, our job in society and in Sierra Leone is to create an enabling environment for innovators rather than innovate all the ideas. I say if we see it as a cornerstone of enabling innovators, we'll have more successful innovative ideas to reduce plastic waste.
Sierra Leone's tourism assets is more of nature-based.
Right.
It is either the beautiful beaches, or the biodiversity, or the wildlife, or the beautiful scenery. So, and we are also aware of the impact of plastic pollution on our environment. So, in that case, most of the time, when we are developing actions, strategies, from the strategic level, whether in terms of strategic plans, project proposals, we most of the time factor in the issue of waste management, specifically to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic waste.
For us as a ministry, the most challenging issues are lack of awareness. Even in Freetown, we have a population of over 1.2 million. How many of them really know about the effect of plastics? And secondly, is lack of legal framework. Policy, as I said in my last statement, I think it was at this place. Yes, country lodge. Policy is just an intent of government. What government wants to do, which direction the government wants to go.
So we've heard from our panelists. They've said so much. I'm sure there's questions and contributions you have in your minds. Let's have it. So let's hear it. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll come meet you.
I was just going to ask whether DSTI would be very much kind of interested in trying to digitalize these particular mechanisms that we're talking about for ease of monitoring or management of the implementation of those schemes. Thank you very much.
But what are the plans? What strategies, the roadmap that will show us that you are making progress, or that we can monitor DSTI's involvement into this act? Thank you.
I go first with the last gentleman from Ministry of Tourism that said about the Dotterbox app. First, DSTI did not build the Dotterbox app. We did not. It was developed by a local entrepreneur in Sierra Leone. But what we have failed to do, not failed, but what we did not prepare to do on time, is creating the enabling society to make the Dotterbox app more efficient to the people of Sierra Leone. And since I took over position as a director of the institution, I've made sure that I start working on things or solutions that will help innovators and entrepreneurs to build on, to make sure their app become more sustainable model. Like for instance, I got one of the biggest projects on my portfolio or my strategy at the moment is the Google Map. It's making sure that all points of interest, geo-coordinate, the street, houses, addresses are properly placed on Google Map for the people of Sierra Leone. And then this will solve a lot of problems. As I'm talking to you today, I was able to clean a geo-coordinate for all the police stations in Sierra Leone and also all the fuel stations. How this will help you. And this is DSTI strategy. If I want to build an app, an innovator here, I want to develop an app that will locate all the petrol stations, you should do that without DSTI. And that goes to the second gentleman's questions. The government is the biggest employer currently in Sierra Leone. If DSTI develop all the apps, one thing will fail. We don't have any sustainable model of them because we're the government. And once we do so, we'll develop all these beautiful ideas. Now we don't have the sustainable model to keep on paying people and employees, then the app becomes redundant because the people will not use them. And if you expect me to develop an app for someone who's living down at Bay or Kuto Road, guess me, I will not do the perfect solutions. But if I give them the tool, they'll build the perfect solution that fit their community. So my strategy to that is to make sure I put the tools, the strategy that will help you, enable you. And the sooner we develop things, the sooner we implement things that will help Sierra Leoneans, that will ease up the burden from the government, from employing. Secondly, we also build entrepreneurs that will also increase our GDP, our country economy, and more people become more employable. So DSTI will not develop the solutions. But what I guarantee under my leadership, DSTI will build the tools that will empower and enable innovators from this university, from FBC, IPAM, Injala, and every Sierra Leoneans by leaving no ones behind. give them the skills, encouragement towards the 21st century so they can be part of the global demands of the fourth industrial revolution. So my job at DST is to make sure with the team is to build the tools that you all need to create an enabled ecosystem for Sierra Leone in the tech and entrepreneur market. Thank you.
Truly remarkable. And one round of applause. All right. So now we send our attention to the students, why we're gathered here tonight in the first place. What are your contributions or questions or comments on the discussions we've had this evening?
My question is going to the director of the STI. But if you look around in our country, like there are so many water factories and there are so many companies like producing these plastics. What are the actions that you have put in place? What are the restrictions that you are giving these people? Because if we are here to pitch our idea and they are still producing these plastics, like we can't solve the problem if they are the problem.
I'm not here actually to ask a question, but actually to give a contribution and a super goal to DSTI for their contribution. Because if you look around Sierra Leone right now, currently, we are lacking when it comes to digital products. So if they are actually supporting we young entrepreneurs in order to see how best we can be able to innovate and solve problems in Sierra Leone, then I can say they are actually doing a great job. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause one more time. Thank you very much.
And to the lady that came and asked a question. So this is what I would say about the environment, pollution, and plastic waste. I think we have to treat the environment like how we treat our personal self, our personal hygiene. What you give your body is what it produced. If you eat a lot of junk, you don't look after your health, you don't exercise, you know it tells on you. If they say don't eat 3 chocolates a day and then you keep on eating, you get diabetes or you will get cancer. So if we have the Poor Blue, we have the Minister of Tourism, we have climate agenda and a lot of officers advocating about waste, about climate change, about the environment. I think it should be us as people to take that responsibility in protecting the environment by making sure that we do what is right. Innovators will bring solutions. They'll come up with their ideas. But if the people are not going to abide to those ideas and those solutions, it's never going to work. So what we should be doing here is accountability. We should be accountable, say, if I use a plastic bottle and I finish my water, I have to put it in the proper trash can. So what government will have to do in that situations, or what innovators will do, or what Pro Blue will do, is to make sure that they provide those bins in certain locations for you all.
Panelists. All right, we're going. Okay, so we're moving on to the pitch. We're going to have all our wonderful young minds come up here and pitch their ideas to all of us. Okay, I'm going to be introducing our judges. On the very first judge we have today is Amira Halabi, or Halabai. Up next, we have Abdul Malik Tijan Sair, a visionary leader in Sierra Leone's entrepreneurial landscape. Up next, we have Dr. Yakama Manti Jones. Okay, I guess we all know her then. We also have Mr. Mahmoud S. Javomba. All right, I believe that's all our judges. We're about to hear all the amazing, amazing ideas from these young individuals. To the people that are going to be pitching tonight, we have a few ground rules, okay? We're going to allow our judges to share a little, but before then, remember, you have about 10 minutes to pitch your ideas. No more, no less. We have a timekeeper here. She'll be signaling you once you're down to 3 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and it's up. And then there will be 5 minutes for questions and feedbacks from the judges. I'm going to be calling up the pitchers, and I'll call you in the order of which you're going to come up, okay? First, we have Maurice Joseph Bangura, and your idea today is eco-furnish.
Good evening, everybody. Again, my name is Maurice Joseph Bangura, a student at the Limco Queen University of Creative Technology. Today, I am here to present on what I have titled Eco Furnish. Plastic waste has affected us in so many ways, but one thing that we have failed to realize is how it impacts the society, the younger ones like us. And Eco Furnish is here as not just an ordinary furniture business, but it is here to create room for the younger students who are upcoming. Eco Furnish is a business that is set up to recycle waste plastics to renewable furniture for classrooms that can be used by us again and also educators.
Thank you very much, Maurice. We need more people like you.
Thank
However,
you,
the first picture, the first slide that you showed, that showed the end product, the proposed end product.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of number. And
Okay.
because I'm a big fan of number,
Yes,
I
sir.
just want us to take one of those materials. Let's say the desk and the chair. How much plastic will give you that?
The desk and the chair.
Yeah.
To have the size of the desk, the up.
Yes.
To have that, I used up to a bag of plastics. I can't lie, and that was a lot. And also, again, for each feet, let me see, to have something like that, it will cost about a bag or two. So in total, let me just say, because I weigh them by bags, 2 bags can give you the desk, and about 2 more can give you the chairs. For the metal, can I go further again? For the metal one with the plastic up there, we can use minimal plastic to have that on top. And because it's for higher institutions, we can use the metals for them to stand stronger and not break. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Maurice. Just as a heads up, maybe for next time, and
Yes,
to
sir.
challenge you to think more. Instead of maybe just saying the bag, maybe we need to have it like in kilogram or stuff like that. That way, it will guide whoever wants to invest to know how much plastic you'll be using and how much you'll be solving the problem.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fofana Kaba, a self-taught material engineer, climate activist, SDG advocate, and ambassador for 1 Million Youth Action Challenge. I am the CEO and founder of Ecoplastic Recyclers. As of 2022, according to World Bank, it has been estimated that we generate 120,000 tons of plastic waste annually, with a mere 10% being recycled. The balance ends up in our landfills and ocean, which poses a threat to our marine life and the ecosystem as a whole. To address these challenges, we embark on buying and collecting of plastic waste from waste collectors, involving young youth and women in the collection process. And at the end, this waste plastic is being transformed into robust and cost-effective interlocking pavement bricks using an oxidation chamber, which make our process a free fume or a free smoke process.
Thank you very much, Kaba. You mentioned that you're not using sand in your brick. What other materials that you're using in it? Which materials do you use inside them?
As of current time, I am using sand because I shift the sand for it not to get those bulk like stone inside. But I'm using 2 alternatives, sawdust, which those carpentry people are using. Their waste, I will also use them. But as for this, I use shift sand.
Up next, we have the Spark team, refilament.
Our topic for today's pitching presentation is refilament. For those of us who are not familiar, meaning recycle, and filament, a material that is used by 3D printers to print 3D printables. We all feel discomfort when there is waste. Even in our homes, if our homes are not clean, we feel discomfort. Take Sierra Leone as our home. Sierra Leone as our beloved home faces 2 dual challenges. One, the excessive plastic waste, single-use plastic waste, and then limited access to affordable 3D printing materials. But where others are seeing waste, my team and I saw an opportunity for an innovation, an opportunity for business establishment. As I mentioned, refilament is the process by which we are converting single-use plastic waste into 3D printing filaments. There are 3 processes involved: the gathering of this plastic waste, the cleaning of the plastics waste, And then the extrusion, as you can see, that is a simplified diagram, the extrusion of the plastic waste. Of course, as you can see in the 3D printer there, that is the finished product. The filament that was got from what was once a waste now has a purpose.
Yes, yes, you don't have competitors now. I just wanted to understand a bit more about your market. You said you're looking at people that use 3D printing, and that's not quite popular as yet in Sierra Leone. So what are your plans in terms of making sure that you have a market for your filament, and what can they be used to produce?
That is why, as Ahmed mentioned, we are not just limiting it to Sierra Leone. There are innovation hubs, like the Origin Digital Center that is present here. They have innovation hubs in Guinea. We plan on exporting. They have in Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire, across various African countries. We plan in exporting, which will also build inter-country bound and trading.
I just want to know if it is something that you've tested, whether you've built anything with that filament.
Like we said, we supply to AI Professional College, but unfortunately, we didn't have access to their hubs today so that we could bring something that they had printed using these filaments.
Okay. So I don't know how much you've interacted with the Orange Digital Center,
I
but the
have.
manager is here.
I took classes there, 3D printing
Oh,
classes.
okay. But that's a good one, and I wish you all the best.
Up next, we have Fatmata Usman Kamara, recycling of wastes.
Our society is full of problems. We can't solve them, and we can't go without problems. So we have job creation problems everywhere you go. But some countries, they manage their own. Likewise, and the thing that is hitting up the wall is pollution, waste pollution. And that is a major problem in the world. When waste has been a very challenging problem in the world. When you visit the slum, you will not only find plastic waste, you find different types of waste, that is old tires, cartons, you find rubbers, bottle. So I sit back and think that if we are not able to solve our problem, who will solve our own problem? We should not focus on one problem. We should also, even though we will not be able to solve all problems, but we'll try to minimize these problems. So I look at recycling of old tires, that of rubber bottle, and that of carton. Also the use of plastic bag, how to minimize it, even though we cannot combat it for now. But if we use this type of model, I believe we'll be able to combat it in the near future.
So what I want to know is a bit more about the business side of things. Yes, you talk to the different people, from the ones with the waste tires, with the tailors to get the materials. So how much do you spend to get your raw materials, and how much do you make from selling your product?
Okay, like the material that, for now, I don't have the money to buy machine, and that of the drilling machine, because they are very expensive.
Yes,
and all.
I know. So currently, how much do you spend to get the waste materials? Do they give it to you for free, or do you buy them?
No, this one I buy it, and this one I buy it. For this food, we normally buy it at 300.
Okay.
Yes.
So
and
for the stool, how much does it cost you to make the stool, and how much do you sell it?
650 leones. And because the food is more costlier than this one. This one we normally get a yard for 200 leones.
And how much do you make?
Something like 300 plus 200. So sometimes we have 100.
Okay.
And out of that 100, we normally give the tailoring person that's combined. Because not only this kind of design we have different types of design. So we have maybe 80,000, sometimes 70,000. It depends on the person that we go and meet.
Up next, we have Alimatu Maliaka Jallo, recycling and upcycling single-use plastics.
And we are Green Adventures, where technology meets recycling and upcycling. Imagine a scenario wherein a 5-year-old child died because of plastic pollution. And how did this happen? This happened because we burn plastics, and these plastics release dangerous air. And that suffocated the child because the child had asthma. So we are here, Green Adventure. We came up with an idea to solve this problem. Over 350 million tons of plastics are produced yearly. And these take approximately 1,000 years to decompose. And plastic is a main problem because when they do not decompose, they are left into our landfills, our seas, and our ocean. So we came up with a solution called Green Adventure, where tech meets recycling and upcycling. Green Adventure is basically an innovative solution. Like I said, it is where technology meets upcycling and recycling. We are going to create an app and a website wherein users can come, create a user-friendly profile. As you can see the prototype of our app, we created it using Figma. This app, users can actually track down their recycling abilities, and they can earn money by bringing these plastics to us. And also for the website, when they bring these plastics to us, we recycle these plastics into different items like tiles, earrings, fashionable earrings, and also we do flower vases and various things that are very attractive to tourism.
I just have a question. Are you pitching today for the application or for the products?
I'm actually pitching for both the application and the products.
Thank you.
And also, I'm not clear on how you make money from this. So you have the verses that you sell, but what's your cost versus how much you envisage in terms of revenue?
Okay, firstly, I may like to answer the question about the subscription. Like I said, our idea is based on technology, wherein we use technology to help recycle and upcycle. So we are creating an app. And this app, we are basically going to teach people about plastic pollution, how they can recycle, and also people can track how much they recycle and bring the plastics to us.
Also, what are the payment options are you planning on receiving funding or receiving payments?
For receiving payments, we are actually going to do that by using credit cards and also use other ways like Orange Money and all this stuff.
Pitching next is Sheku Bondeva Mustafa. Alternative use of plastic waste.
I'll be presenting on bamboo as an alternative to single-use plastic for a greener future. Okay. Single-use plastics have always had a negative impact on our society, affecting lives on both land and seas. Take, for instance, the plastics that are flooding in our oceans. Because these materials are non-biodegradable, these materials are actually affecting coral lives and its ecosystem. And most of these plastics that are in the seas will likely end up in the belly of a sea animal, resulting in the death of that animal as a result of the fact that this plastic cannot be digested. Similarly, it applies on land, as single-use plastics can contaminate the soil and our oceans, and this is a problem that needs to be solved. Our solution is bamboo, but what is it? Here we call it cane sticks, and I'm pretty sure many of you sitting here today have seen cane stick at least once in your life. But what is it really? Bamboo is a renewable and biodegradable material that is abundant in Sierra Leone, and it has almost all what it takes to reduce the effects of single-use plastic to a minimum low, which we want to achieve shortly. Its application in single-use plastic products like single-use plastic bags, single-use beverage cups, poultry products like spoons, plastic stickers, and straws poses a direct competitive advantage as it is durable, reusable, and it can decompose naturally if we want to throw it away after its successful usable lifespan.
Thank you for introducing another material that will help us reduce the use of plastics. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What I wanted to understand is the process because we know bamboo is a plant that's grown. So you showed us some utensils that you said you want to produce to introduce into the tourism market. So what's your plan? What's your entry? What are you asking for? What's the technology behind it? What's the equipment you need? Is it like a manual process that you will start off with? So we just want to understand what it will take from the bamboo, from the forest, to one of these, and what do you want to start with, and how will you scale?
Well, to achieve that, we will need the machines to process that. It can be done manually, but that takes lots of time, and it is very difficult to do. And there is a machine known as automatic bamboo splitter. It splits bamboos differently that you can actually use, but it is expensive to purchase.
So what are you pitching for today? What exactly do you want for today?
Well,
if you win, what would you use the money for?
If we win, the first thing in mind is to purchase the machine. We can use it to transform our society.
Which machine?
The automatic bamboo splitter.
And the price money, would it be adequate for you to purchase the machine? Because you just said it's really expensive.
It is expensive.
So what would the price money what impact would it bring to your the current stage of the journey you're in?
We have machines that can be used manually that can be purchased for lesser than the price money. We have the automatic splitter that is expensive that what we are expected to receive here today.
Finally, we have Abdullah Conte, Dulce Eco Collect.
Ladies and gentlemen, this idea flipped out to bring out a whole portfolio, which is the Dulce Eco Collect and Recycling. From this idea, we see a lot of challenges, which are the problems that are facing Sierra Leone right now. Currently, according to the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project 2022, there are actually 47 businesses and residents in Sierra Leone that are actually suffering from waste management collection. And also, 1,200 tons of plastic waste generated annually in Sierra Leone. Can you imagine how large this problem is? And thirdly, 86% of tourist operators identified the lack of availability alternative to packaging. I see a lot of entrepreneurs in Limcoqueen and IPAM that I've encountered with that are actually facing these challenges. And also, flooding partly caused by plastic waste actually accumulates $8 million annually to Sierra Leone, that is reducing 2% of the annual GDP. Can you imagine Sierra Leone right now, the economic stance of the country? We cannot even face or stand to lose $1 million now compared to $8 million. So we, as an entrepreneur, me and my friend and I, we actually bring out this creative and innovative solution wherein we want to bring out a mobile application and a website where we can be able to schedule pickups with our target market.
If you can answer, what is different in your collection model than the other people that you showed in your competitive, in your Excel sheet where you're presenting your competitors?
Okay, thank you very much. The difference between our own waste collection with those of our own competitors, they are doing their best. So the difference here is that for us, we are actually, like in our mobile application, our website, we can be able to know the amount of waste that you have at home and tell you exactly what you're going to pay for it if you want us to go there directly. And if you want per month or per week, then we have our prices here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. This is it. These are different between them because, yes, ma'am. So for hotels, restaurants, churches, they all have their different prices that we give to them. So this is one of the difference between them, because some can say, okay, since we are just doing garbage collection, everybody that we are doing this garbage collection for is 500,000. That one is unfair. So we do it based on two methods. One, the garbage that you accumulate, and two, the time it takes us to meet you.
All right. Our judges have been scoring and doing their jobs. They will They will now follow Mr. Bashir into the boardroom to go and collate the scores together and bring out our winners for tonight. Okay, thank you, judges. A warm round of applause for them. Thank you. Moving forward, we're going to be presenting the certificates to all the participants that registered for this pitch night tonight. Okay, first off, we have Mrs. Mary Jallo, the project coordinator at SLEDEP. She will be presenting the certificates. Abdul Aziz Kabia. Please put your hands together for them. Abdul Usman Bangura. Abdullah Conte.
Wants a business to present after the certification.
Abraham Bobson Toure. Fatmata Usman Koroma. Alfred Issa Fofana. Alimami Koroma. Okay, so we've had all the pitchers. They've shared their ideas with us. And we want industry professionals who have been in this field for so long to give an input, say something to them that will help them from here on out. Okay, they mentioned a few of you. They mentioned Orange Foundation. They mentioned a couple others. Please give an input to them. Share something with these young minds that they can take home with them. Okay, anybody wants to start? Okay.
The presentation here today, they are very amazing. And they are contributing to the global fight against climate change. So don't just look within Sierra Leone for your support. Thank God there's high amount of technology, innovation in all of the presenters today. See how you can seek for funds into environment agencies, into international bodies, and even the Paris Agreement on reducing carbon emission to 1.5 or to the level during pre-industrial period is the fight you have started here.
We, of course, are in partnership with Lim Kokwing, and we're open to startups. We're open to you guys coming into the ODC, and you can be trained in different disciplines. And we also have the Orange Fab, which is the space where I sit as manager. We work with startups in the different categories. So you are also welcome to come in and see how we could work with the ideas you already have, see how we could scale up those ideas. In cases where you'd need a prototype, it's also a good place for you to start. We can help you with your prototyping. And, you know, the whole 9 yards when it comes to scaling up of your business.
It's very impressive, but again, all these businesses can only succeed if we have a market. And we should all know that all these products, even if they are automized and in mass production, they will remain a bit more expensive than traditional ones. So I guess it's all up to us as well to create the market and might be ready to pay a bit more for sustainable and multi-usable products compared to traditional ones. Thank you.
All right. Our judges are here. They've done their work. They've collected the marks, and they're about to share with us. All right. We have Dr. Jones who will be announcing the results, and she'll also be sharing, the remarks from all the judges collectively. Okay? Let's put our hands together, please, and welcome Dr. Jones.
Good evening, everyone. I know this is the bit you've all been waiting for. And before I announce the scores, I just want to say today everyone's a winner. Just been here, you've gone through ideation, you've been able to present your ideas to an audience and receiving feedback on how you can continue to improve on it is just a big win. You should consider that a big win. And I think one of the feedback that cuts across for all the businesses that presented here today is that we should look a bit more closely about the business side of things. You have to get your numbers right. You need to understand what your market looks like, what the process for getting your materials looks like, how can you make traction, but also how you can make profit so you can continue to be in the space to drive impact. So based on our compilation for today, in third place with 222, we have Echo Furnish Maurice Joseph Bangura. In second place, with 254, we have Refilaments Pack Team. And today's winner, the winner of the Go Circular Pitch competition is Fatmata Usman Kamara, Recycling of Waste.
Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping.
We've come to the close of today's gathering. A very huge thank you to all our partners, the World Bank, SLEDUP, ProBlue, hello. Hello. We extend a warm thank you to all of our partners. Okay? The World Bank, thank you so very much. SLEDUP, thank you. DSCI, thank you. And ProBlue, thank you so much. To our partners, our judges, thank you for an incredible job. Thank you so much for coming out today and have a lovely evening. Remember, refreshments.